Yes, every second, guys. I keep track of every second of my life, man. And where it goes and who consumes it. And I think about everything. Everything is important to me. Now, is being efficient really that important to me? Not really. What goes hand in hand is suffering and making sure that you are efficient in removing that thing. It's technically not gold. I was saying natural suffering, but like, yeah, looking back, it's kind of cringe video that I need to fix as quickly as possible. Every single idea that comes to my mind, I have to satisfy it as quickly as possible. Especially if it's a bullshit video or gold video, I need to make up my mind about it and fully explore it. And to fully explore, like, you have to dig very deep and still quickly enough so it's within one day. It has the full context, full punch, and I can save it in one place. So let's talk about speed is gold. One of the things that YouTubers don't do is have a goddamn proper introduction. No, your flashy name doesn't matter. What matters is information that people need to have before watching your videos, in case they just clicked on it on your channel out of nowhere. Mr. Beast introduction is called, "Oh my god, look at this video. This is such a fucking good video. You don't need to know who I am." Well, my introduction has to exist and has to explain somewhat what I'm doing here. Let's double check what it is, because I will have to improve this. This is 2 months old, but I literally done it in like 1 hour and I moved on with my life. I didn't care much. Even though I know introduction is very important. But most of the stuff that I do on my channel is mostly for me, is to improve my life. And if I can somehow give great ideas to other people, absolutely, I appreciate. All right. I appreciate that you're also learning something, but speed for me right now as it stands is about, again, removing suffering and improving myself as a person. If I need to do that, I have to do that as fast as possible, and most people don't do that. Most people think, "Oh, I'm just gonna upload a very good video, and just that's my improvement. Just gonna impress a bunch of people and get maximum amount of views." What you don't understand is when you look around you and people do a similar thing and compete against you, you're not gonna win that competition in the long run. Like, your channel is gonna plummet at some point. Somehow you're gonna start making mistakes. And speed is about also recovering and not encountering suffering again, dodging the bullet of making terrible mistakes. The moment you will be making mistakes, you have to recover. Like, usually that's the way it goes, and not like you just dodge every single mistake. You can't possibly dodge mistakes. So this is the first thing we're gonna think about, right? Speed is gold. Level 2, boys. We need to be faster than ever before. If possible. I don't know if it's possible. And one thing we can do is, instead of scrolling down all the way down and clicking this button, viewing all the messages, we can just stack the messages in one place. Now, if I do it in one place, and you can see I have to strategize out loud right now. I will try and do it like this, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 in one message. Maybe even up to 5. We'll see how it feels like. But basically, we can even set up, as long as I'm talking about stuff, maybe I could do that. It does take screen space, as you can see, but we have plenty to work with. Alright, so the first thing is to focus on getting out of mistakes you've made. All those bad feelings. You know. And like the most straightforward way to get out of bad feelings is to generate more good feelings. This is how women do it, right? Well, not really. Not really. Well, they do generate positivity. Men try to just crush bad feelings, actually solve things. Women tend to just overwhelm themselves with positivity. Sometimes they even have to escape bad feelings and just travel, as if there's no underlying reason why you're traveling away from something. It's a little bit weird, all right, but there's two solutions apparently. So let's expand on that. You can be more positive or break negativity. Now, I'm also sensing like I need self-awareness and double check off what I do. So I'm a man, clearly. Do I need to add more positivity though? No. No. As a man, I have to break negativity because I can get sucked into a lot of negative things and, care a little bit too much about things that don't really affect me, right? That could really break my speed. If I focus on something that will disappear eventually. Like if you were invested into whatever the fuck is going in Russia more than the inflation and how to tackle that. Because people have been taking advantage of everyone else. In fact, in every single way imaginable. Rent is slavery. Selling food is just, well, more slavery. It's not even, it's literally torture. All right? Selling food and making it ridiculously expensive is just straight up torture. So you have all these concepts, and if you amplify the effect of slavery and torture hard enough, you basically destabilize the entire country. I mean, congratulations. And right now we're just slowly crawling into another territory of bad things happening in the world. And I call it the purge. All right? Some country is gonna set itself on fire for a very long time, not like France. France probably just simulated fire, because why the fuck not, right? But I'm also sensing a little bit of racism going on, so France and tourism, a mix of things. I don't know, man. France is a weird place. I wouldn't want to be there if I were you. Usually, again, what attracts people is also what destroys people. Addictions, especially. I have not seen a single, so to speak, addiction that is like easy to break through or easy to take advantage of. I wasn't even able to have conversations. It's very easy to do them in real life. Approach someone and just start talking about stuff. But it's just as easy to offend people, and make them walk away and create all these bad feelings that you will have to battle. So why should you take the risk if you cannot break those bad feelings? When it comes to like social bad feelings, like that shit is really difficult. I cannot break that. I if people don't want to listen to me and they just walk away, it's game over for me because I can only create more bad feelings between us. Um, so women tend to master the social interactions, and men tend to just stay away and climb mountains instead. Because holy shit, maybe we shouldn't talk to each other actually, and look into each other's eyes. We shouldn't do that because holy crap, I don't want no bad feelings. Uh, all kinds of mental pressure. I'm not gonna call it mental illness or problems. I don't care about that because it's kind of just a manufactured uh, nonsense to think that people have mental illness. Yes, people can be stupid. I agree. And they can be out of control. I agree, but when you start throwing mental illness around, maybe look into the fucking mirror sometimes. Because it's goddamn scary how easy it is to just uh, switch your brain and become dysfunctional as a person. It's very easy to do that. Sometimes just finger pointing or being not productive enough is very dysfunctional. And you can be called mentally ill. I'm not gonna do that because I try to avoid bad feelings socially. Alright? I try to do that a little bit. I'm not saying I will avoid everything. I can break a lot of things as well. And if you don't have opinions and proper education, and you cannot break silence properly, well, you can't actually contribute to the conversation that we're having. And convince me in any other way that I'm supposed to behave. The only thing you can tell me is you don't like my content. And don't worry, I'll move on from that idea that people don't like my content. Like, who cares? Like, you just made things worse. Alright? You should have bounced off really fast. You don't like my content and I need to know about it. It's you must understand, like, at some point I get it. Yeah. I don't know why people would still watch it past this point. Hopefully they don't. Usually they just watch 2 minutes of my content. I want to double check actually. It's the end of the month. But yeah, you can see two minutes on average every single time. If you want to make an introduction, you introduce the video, you introduce yourself the next minute, and you're good to go. Everyone got their fair share of things, basically. But another introduction that I sort of have to vocalize is that you have to relax and consider that this information is important. Because it's important to me. I'm just speaking it out loud because it's somehow helpful to express everything, hear myself back, pretend that I'm having a conversation. Making videos is somehow very healthy for me. Alright? Find healthy things to do. Personally, making videos is a great blessing because I get to collect all this information. There's crows attacking outside, bro. These are evil birds, man. Crowing around. I'm scared. Do we have crow emoji? Of course not. Why should we have one of those? What the fuck happened here? Alright, whatever. Also, I lost the fourth point. Not really, because you can just click busy. All kinds of mental pressure. Um, so that will slow you down, basically, is all I'm saying. If you allow yourself to drown in negativity, like, is the first thing you have to solve when it comes to uh, collecting speed. The first thing to do is become actually productive and stay away from negative things if they actually make your life negative. You can have some negative things because you will be making mistakes. But if you're gonna drown in negativity, I will notice that. Alright? Your avatar is gonna look like shit. You're gonna talk like shit. The newest edition of garbage is this duty pants person. Like, I don't know, man. You kind of look like shit. And this is 60%, 70% of internet users. They just do stupid things and pretend that they're doing some kind of progress. If you're not making progress in life, you don't have no speed. I don't want to interact with you because it's too damaging to my life. Right? I'm moving forward and I don't know what you're doing. You're just marinating in your fucking contempt to your life. You know? So when people complain about their lives and you feel like they have no speed, they have no positivity, uh, it's hard to tell what's going on. So you have to just move away from those people. And yeah, almost 90% of people, so I can even get into statistics, guys, of what I experienced on the internet. Because that's always fun. So let's see, 50% of people have no speed at all. They are just completely blank, alright? So mostly people would not have speed simply because they go onto the internet and they don't really respect the internet. Who fucking cares? They might be new, they might be immature in general in life. They might have lost their minds. So people have no speed or are actually hostile. Worst case scenario, right? I would say 25% of people would be hostile out of those 50%. But let's not talk about Bruno, because we just make them disappear with a snap. In case you can't handle the pressure. Like, you just make them disappear. The bit, I don't know. Personally, for me, again, I use Discord to organize things. And for me, I like anarchy personally. But then there's also a word called monarchy, where there's one person ruling the place. And I prefer that as well. You know, you're trying to appeal to one person, and that's about it. And try not to manipulate the environment, because you're gonna get just completely roasted by that one person. But it's a tough thing to recreate. There's all sorts of ways to rule the Discord. Oh wait, there's only anarchy and monarchy. Because there's people who know what the fuck they're doing, and there's people who have no idea. So they're trying all sorts of weird things. And usually, like, if you have like an experience system, if you type in a bunch of comments and you're active in Discord, you have a bunch of people basically. They have to outcompete each other and all that shit and prove that their loyalty or some nonsense. And that's what experience system's supposed to reflect. I've been in those kind of Discords. And the idea is that it sort of works like anarchy if it's like gamified. If you can just leave people with a game and you only step in if things get out of control, if the game itself starts being broken. But otherwise, so people have like generic rules, which tend to be less and less generic because people don't know what anarchy is. Anarchy is not about taking care of people's feelings. This was never the idea behind the internet, is to protect everyone's feelings. Yes, you can do whatever you want on the internet, but that's the point. You can also dig yourself a hole and jump into it, and then you will have to cry for help because the hole is too fucking big. Internet is not there to protect you, but hey, even the biggest hole is just digital crap, So you can just stay away from it, close the fucking window, move on to the next thing once you dug yourself a hole and you can't get out anymore. I mean, good. And it happens to everyone. In fact, it's best to make the whole experience fast. But don't dig a hole for yourself in your comfort zone, This is one of the biggest mistakes you can make, is to not dig holes in other places. You're trying to get yourself comfortable as quickly as possible. So you're digging holes around and you're trying to take territory for yourself, because usually the other places are ruled by anarchy. Anarchy means you need to grab territory and establish yourself, as quickly as possible, or at least test. There is probably some kind of shitarchy where you don't know what's going on. It's like anarchy, but some days some person steps in and just takes everything. So it's basically corruption. All right, it's corrupted lands that you cannot defeat. All right, so you can't establish yourself because at some point someone is going to step in and just remove you from power. These are corrupted lands. These are not even places of power. And this is actually the usual, all right? Because as we discussed, 50% have no speed at all, which includes moderators and Discord creators even. Why do I talk about Discord so much? Well, that's the main experience we're marinating in right now. I also have, obviously, YouTube comments, and I'll tell you that much. 90% of people have no idea what they are doing. They have no idea. You're watching this video right now, you're very likely to have no idea what the fuck you're doing. Alright? I just have to acknowledge that. You have no idea. You're just doing a multitude of mistakes. And if you catch yourself doing that, which is most of the time, unfortunately, this is just what people tend to do right now, is like a trendy thing, to just stack mistakes, and hopefully some mistakes stand out above the rest, right? Some mistake is just gonna really knock you out, and then you know what you have to work on in your life. I understand, like, we're swimming in bullshit, and some bullshit is gonna pull your finger off your body, basically, spiritually speaking, because you're not supposed to take actual damage. People tend to avoid that and act like NPCs in order to do so, right? I'm just an NPC, don't attack me. I want to keep my fingers intact so I can type nasty comments, Well, and yeah, I understand, like, everything you do can have a consequence, but not on the internet. Let's put it this clear, like, On the internet, there's very minimal consequence of anything you say or do or whatever. It doesn't even matter how many people watch you, by the way. This doesn't fucking matter. There's minimal consequence unless you're working on yourself. If you're working on yourself, then it's maximum consequence because it's gonna be left an indent for the rest of your life. Like you will be stuck with that pattern of behavior. So you have to make sure when you're working on yourself, you're actually doing it in a honest fashion, and you have to do it publicly if possible. Most therapy should be done in public, you know, meaning that what Andrew Tate is doing, walking around from one podcast to the other, he's just doing therapy. Technically, Andrew Tate is a terrible human being because he's not that entertaining as a person. He's just there to talk a bunch. Like me. Just like me. Oh, wait, I'm way more entertaining because I have more things going on in my life. Let me click my own button of being YouTube CEO and stuff. And actually taking care of responsibilities, not just trying to be rich and stuff. Rich and powerful. Yeah, that fades away really quickly. Don't worry about that. Because we're talking about real stuff, no longer the internet stuff. So this is why I tend to, like, you know, invest myself into the internet. There's not a lot of consequences. And I work on myself very hard. So the consequences that do happen are very powerful in helping me improve. And now that I compare myself to my friends, I don't see my friends as equal at all. All right? They have resources, they have things that they can offer me, but they can't actually do that because they're too stupid to trade. If you're too stupid to trade, God help us all, bro. By the way, God help us all. Because I'll tell you what, if you want to speed run life, steal a heart. Alright? Just steal a heart from someone else and start trading. Alright? Usually people call it just sex, sexuality, whatever. What's your sexual identity? I am a tree. I trade with mushrooms and stuff. I trade with the environment that's local. See? I have invented a new sexuality because I'm so fucking powerful. Alright, so I have tremendous amount of wisdom to trade. No one wants to trade with me right now, so I just masturbate that knowledge and make myself stronger, you know, and hopefully at some point, somehow, we're going to be patient enough and we're going to be better enough so people start paying attention. All right. At the start, you won't impress anyone, but if you work on yourself patiently, one day, you know, one day things will change. Or at least that's what I'm hoping to happen. And they are changing all around me. You have to notice that as well. You do have to notice your speed. If you don't notice your speed, if you don't look back into the past, whether you have improved or not, like, you're not gonna feel improvement, which is, like, really bad for you. It's a really bad feeling to not go back into the past. People need to throw themselves back a little bit. 1 year, 2 years, dedicate some kind of portion of their life for a throwback. For me, I guess it's gonna be December. I guess when the rewind is gonna hit, I will also throw myself back and look back at the previous rewinds, at the whole list of videos that I've made. I will try and make December that sort of you know, like the wrapping of the year and then looking back into further past to wrap the whole existence on YouTube or whatever, and how this new year fits in with everything that I've done so far, even in my life. I don't know. We'll see. I'll dedicate December to remember, boys. Well, I like that. Remember. We just need to replace 2 letters for that. Well, congratulations, December. You don't suck that bad, can you? Holy shit. Those also the things that I noticed, like just manipulating language. But this is more to squeeze positivity and squeeze control so I can destroy negativity too. Or interconnect. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's just, that is very cool. Like, if you can remember things better, because when you see a word, you see multitude of meanings and all that shit. That helps you, like, move faster as well. Seeing multiple meanings in a word is actually better than seeing one specific thing. Being able to bend language to understand things better is great. Because half of the language is in your feelings anyways. Alright. I kind of lost the train of thought, meaning that we'll have to read the whole thing until I start having ideas again. This is my fuel. The previous episodes are my fuels for the future. But also, it's just very important to pay attention if I can shave off some seconds of suffering. Of suffering specifically, because, like, you don't want to make your fun more efficient. What the fuck is that? Alright? Are you stupid? You want the good things to be more efficient. So you're gonna make them faster. You're gonna condense them. If something is fun, that's it. That is the criteria for it to exist. It can exist fully as it is. Alright? If you're trying to be Mr. Beast and make things fun for everyone, I understand. You're trying to achieve something way higher level than most people do. But if you achieve positivity, if you achieve speed, which is also known as fun, you're happy in life, because there's nothing more important than that, just being happy. And if you can be happy with minimal resources as well. See, inflation tested people's happiness. And so will the future of things. Alright, there's 2 more great events in this apocalypse that's gonna happen. That's gonna test your happiness, well, 2 more times. 4 more years of torture, basically, of suffering. And you have to shave that off. You have to fucking dodge those bullets. Like, I feel so sorry for people who can't even predict that bad things are gonna keep on happening. And some of those bad things, you won't be able to dodge that easily just by saying, oh, I don't give a fuck about that, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. If you can't predict bad things to happen in your life, you'll get hit harder. Alright? Again, people tend to avoid the danger. It's pretty cool to do just that. But you can't avoid everything, obviously. So you have to choose something to do that's, well, not dangerous, but also productive. It's very hard to find something like that in life. Usually people just resort of like, oh, let's just earn money. That makes sense, right? Well, earn money, but also don't forget to not spend it that much. Because if earning money is suffering, which is also something you have to work on and shave suffering or translate it into fun, uh, but if earning money is suffering to people, spending money should also feel like suffering and something you need to avoid. All right? If your job makes you suffer, you also need to suffer when spending money. Because you've earned it through suffering, and you have to remind yourself what it took you. You have to make the calculations of like how many hours does this pizza actually cost? Or maybe I should just make my own food or just buy apples or some bullshit like that and cut it into pieces so it's like convenient. You know, one of the first things I'm gonna tell you that's super healthy, but it also gonna save you a lot of money. Buy fruits and vegetables. Cut them into pieces. Put them in front of you. All right? Wherever you're sitting right now, whatever is the most comfortable place, put a fucking plate of those things cut into pieces, and eventually your hand is gonna reach out and put some shit in your mouth when you feel ready for it. This is gonna save you so much stuff, so much money, you have no idea. This is just a fucking lifesaver. You're literally just putting in a plate. This is gonna save your life in terms of like financially. A plate of things every single time. You have to have a plate of things filled up. I don't have it. I'm a piece of shit, okay? I'm a piece of shit, right? I don't have it right now, but I have a place where I put things. I have a drink right now. It's early in the morning, and I keep throwing that idea away because even I'm too lazy for that. But if you want to save yourself a lot of trouble, constantly fill up that plate, and you will also not gonna waste food because you will always like put things into that plate. So whenever you run out of that plate food, you know to go to the grocery store then and not any other time. Also, don't fucking eat like dry stuff like cereal is kind of fucking stupid. Drinking too much milk is weird. Milk is not supposed to be drunk like a drink. Like it mixes with things very well, but like you're not supposed to drink neither water or milk. But I'm not gonna get into the food stuff. This is the stuff that is gonna just change your life potentially. All right, change most of people's lives. I'll just gonna add a star here, cause I'm sorry, bro. Maybe you should stop this video and just master this one thing. But if you want to continue, let's keep going. All right. So let me get back up to speed because this is still an overwhelming idea that I also myself have to do. And again, if you stay afloat, right, you're never gonna sink. You're potentially not gonna get hungry when you always have food, and you analyze, oh, okay, I ran out of food, I just refill it. You know what to do, basically. You know when to have more food is when you have to refill that stupid plate, right? So that plate is gonna fucking also teach you things. This is insane, right? That plate of food is gonna be the best teacher you ever had. Like, again, we can just stop now. You just do that, all right, for me. You just do that one thing, and we're done with this conversation. All right, your life is gonna get that much more efficient if you just always have very cheap food, sliced into pieces, and very edible, prepared for yourself all the time. All right? No need for cooking. You'll forget half of the stuff that you're anxious about, right? And you have to make sure it's fucking healthy, not chips. Like that's it, bro. Most people's lives is just solved. But just that is gonna just solve people's lives. But because we tend to grow pretty fast, we're gonna go to other locations to improve our lives with. So we have to focus on that as well. Let me just do it. Let me just bring out the fucking plates and see what's up. All right, because that shit is like very weird, the way it works out. Like people do tend to like bring like, I mean, people tend to make coffee, by the way, and that just sounds kind of stupid. There's also like specific time when you have to drink coffee, and that time is when you really feel like you need coffee. All right, it's maybe one day a week, one time a week you can drink coffee, or like special drinks that would enhance and boost your way of living life. I don't know. Usually, if you're gonna have an intense conversation with someone, I'm an introvert, so maybe I'm just the only person who has intense things when it comes to conversations. But when you're doing something very intense and you have to pay attention, then you drink coffee. Before that happens, right? If that's how coffee works, because that's how science told me. You drink coffee to boost your system, not to kickstart your system. Because if you're gonna get kickstarted by coffee, it also is gonna, you know, beat you up, steal your money, steal your wife, or just fuck up your wife, and you will have an extra child to take care of. If you want that, I mean, right ahead. That's what coffee does. I just made it up to make it scary, but like, honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I exaggerated that much. Because I don't drink coffee. I don't even need it. So it's probably just a bad idea. Again, I don't do drinking, smoking, none of that shit. I don't even really do gaming unless I can tell a story, unless I can actually entertain myself. If you're just grinding for some kind of fucking higher rank, like, what's wrong with you, bro? If you're just trying to prove something as a gamer, the first thing you want to prove is that you're also a normal human being, you know? But let's not dive into that stuff. Actually, let's dive into that stuff. Gamers know how to be more efficient, but also be a human being, all right? Focus on that as well. Like if you put yourself in a tough situation over and over again as a gamer, and you don't generate any good feelings, you have to step aside from your goddamn computer. I'm not gonna tell people to touch grass because I don't do that shit. But going outside should be on your mind, first of all. Should be on, if you can go outside in some kind of efficient way, it's probably good for you. If you can go out for a run and just be active and just be existing in the real world and not worry about whether you have muscles to defend yourself or not. You have to be able to run fast enough, okay? Speed is also about running away from problems that try and chase you, in some way. Most troubles don't actually chase you because that would be trouble for them. Why did they need troubles? They just want to take advantage of people. So that's cool. Alright, let me get that plate Another thing, again, that's gonna save your life potentially, don't brush your teeth. Just need to clean them. So I use mouthwash and make sure that it's hot water. All right, hot water mouthwash. How does that work? Well, you will feel it immediately. The effect of hot water mouthwash. Sometimes you can possibly brush your teeth once a fucking blood moon, all right? Once a blood moon, something happens, you feel something stuck in your teeth. I don't know, bro. I don't have to do that anymore. I feel my teeth like are healthiest than they ever been, and I have lost many teeth, so I know the difference. All right, between healthy teeth and when I was like anxious to clean them somehow, and I didn't know how to do that. So some people forget to do that. Whatever. You can also have a little bit. No, no. I have it in the kitchen personally because I just toast it in a microwave to make it actually hot water. You know, is the easiest way to go. It takes like 10 seconds and just shove it in my mouth. You know how to clean your mouth. It's easy, okay? I don't want to talk about it. Shit, I just clicked it. I just clicked the fucking thing. God damn it. Well, I will have to go down and retrieve it. I can do that, by the way. This is not too bad. This is not bad. This whole setup. I don't think I have to, like, rearrange it. So what happens? Speed gold. This shouldn't disappear, right? Anything that's slow, that's suffering, you have to, like, cut it off from your life. It is pretty painful. But you also have to experiment with the ability of doing something else while you're waiting, right? Waiting can easily be suffering if you do nothing at all, right? So you have to be able to fill in that time, fill in those blanks, learn how to do it. You can't just sit there and do nothing because empty mind, that's the greatest suffering for me personally. And if it's suffering to me, it's a good indication that you shouldn't have an empty mind. Try to avoid having an empty mind. Mind that's not entertained at all. And this is why, I make infinite amount of content, so people have stuff to watch whenever they want. They will always have things to watch, and they even have variety of things to watch. You decide, bro. I'm just making content for myself, first and foremost, but I show you guys that infinite content is possible, even when you're talking about the most basic things in life. Like, that is possible. Also, it's possible to sit there and make infinite content. Just brain juice yourself out and explain things for hours and hours. Even if they're the most basic things in life, you can still discover many crazy things that would improve your life significantly. Holy shit. Alright? But first, you need to respect people, and most people don't. But you made it this far. I mean, holy crap. I'm very impressed. Let's go to the next hour. Again, I need that plate of food to make myself more comfortable. Like, imagine if you're a parent, all you need to do, you don't even need to cook food. Just prepare some food on a plate. If the plate is empty, replace it for your child. That's all you have to do. You don't have to think about all these meals that you have to make. Like, again, it's going to save you tons of time. Most important, and it's going to create a very simple relationship with your child where you don't have to, like, bother them. You just deliver the plates. That's it. Now, of course, maybe a special meal with a conversation in mind is important. But, you know, like a family dinner time or whatever. Just a special hot meal and not just a snack on the side. But, again, if you want to treat your child in general, this is the baby bottle that every person needs all the time. Like, the thing that I put a star on is gonna haunt your life if you do it right. Because it's definitely gonna haunt me. I need to fix this thing. I still haven't done the plate, by the way. Sorry about that. It doesn't end there, boys. First of all, convenience is king of speed, right? Bad things aside, good things reachable by hand. Alright? The good things have to be very close to you. The instant positivity machine of some kind. People use their phones. I use my brain, bro. I don't look into my phone while I'm walking around. You can't do that. You have to be alert outside. Unless you don't give a fuck anymore. And you're too much of an extrovert and you're busy somehow. I understand. But you're such a much bigger NPC if you just stare down your phone and you don't actually enjoy the things you're doing the way they're meant to be enjoyed. Like, in the comfort of your home, I understand you can do whatever you want. So that's very comfortable. What? Convenience. Right? There you go. Convenience is king of speed. So, if you don't have to walk around from one hallway to the other hallway, go downstairs just to go to the toilet, that's pretty good. That's pretty convenient if it's like close to your room and stuff. Or you just do all your business in the toilet and just go back. Usually, again, another removing distractions is important, but like, what is the context behind it, right? What is a distraction, by the way? Make sure everything is taken care of and doesn't bother you. Alright? You have to make sure the notifications are all taken care of. You don't have to check them. You just have to make sure they're organized properly. I would recommend watching Mr. Who's the Boss, because he's the mastermind of technology. But beyond that point, you need to catch yourself when you're anxious and you're needy and all that shit, and figure out how to meditate on that. Find solutions that would efficiently take care of your needs, basically. That way you will be less distracted, because being not distracted at all, well, one thing, make sure you have freedom to be distracted. allow yourself to float around. This is the wind way of getting distracted, but that's the most efficient way. You float around, and if there's too much wind, you're gonna go to that place, you're gonna gravitate somewhere else and start fixing the problem. You're gonna relocate yourself where you are needed. Sometimes you're needed, sometimes you're needy. It's all based on like gravity and stuff. You're needy because there's too much wind in your comfort zone, so you have to hide away and do something else. Or maybe you're just the thing that you're doing is too repetitive and obnoxious, and you have to switch to something else. You have to catch yourself when you're uncomfortable as well. Being uncomfortable is suffering. Then you have to eliminate that. All right. You have to find a way to, again, move around, double check your muscles of what part of your body is uncomfortable, and potentially that is a request for exercise, request for changing the way you do things. I have cushions on my chair. My chair does not move. It's not a gaming chair. Moving chairs are pretty bad in general. Anything that just breaks your expectations. Like, gaming chair moves in like two ways. It rotates, and it has wheels on the, on the bottom. So it moves two ways. It's too much. Too much movement is too much breaking up expectations. So make sure things are the way you expect them to be. There's so many things to take care of in this episode. Like, I'm giving homework to every single person right now. This is September 1st, by the way. No pun intended, but holy shit, it hits hard, doesn't it? September 1st, my friends, is the day of school. It's literally the moment when school kids are gathering for the event, almost. I think the event is usually later in the day, but this is literally the time where at least people mentally are preparing themselves for this special occasion. I should be around, to be honest. I should sink in the vibe. Maybe go outside it right now. I don't know. I will still go to the shop right now, and I need fruits and vegetables, so to speak. I'm running out of that shit, clearly. Because fruits and vegetables are easily visible in your kitchen, right? Like, you're not going to put them in the fridge. So it's a big deal. You can see it when it's gone. And that's a good indication you need a refill. But it's crazy, right? There's so many little things that I've improved in my life. Again, I even had to buy a proper microphone so it doesn't obstruct the screen and all that shit. Just making yourself comfortable. Like, it takes some time. People figure things out like that. It's not a big deal. But not everyone. Someone forgets about it. And that's a dangerous thing. Alright. But you found this video. Congratulations. Maybe you gifted this video to someone else who needs help in general, right? Maybe they're missing like 3 things in their life, and they need the whole video to elevate them. Some people did the stupidest thing and said, fucking Eric Dubay, the conspiracy theorist dude. You should just starve yourself. Because that's a practice, you just don't eat anything for a day. That is unhealthy, okay? Just like breathing, a lot of things are not meant to be cut off. Okay, Hindi practice. Don't look into India and think that it's a good thing to do something that Indians do. All right? Don't do that. Don't be fooled. It's the dumbest thing. Indians starve themselves because they don't get food most of the time, and sometimes they have to like practice starving themselves so they get their bodies accustomed to, you know, bad things happening to them. All right? They have to train themselves. But the rest of the world doesn't fucking have to follow that, courtesy. You will always have food, right? Like, there's a grocery store next to you. Like, you're not gonna fucking starve yourself just to prepare yourself, just to have that mental muscle to handle pain like that. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? And it's like, oh, it just cleans your system. You don't fucking know what's being cleaned. You get to see your insides? Are you fucking insane? Why do you need that anyways? There's all sorts of things that you don't have to understand about your body. Just make sure you feel good. That's about it. You can't just scientifically dissect yourself. Like, it's impossible. You're gonna get a lot of stupid facts stuck in your brain if you do things like that. A lot of things are not meant to be cut off. From routines, but I don't know. Every day you have to do something, and you have to split that work into pieces. All right, just like with the fucking plate of things that I'm looking at right now, because I've done it. I have sausages and I have fucking cucumber, and I have sugar next to the cucumbers because that's the best combination of things. All right, split problems into small pieces that you can actually handle and do right now. All right? If you have a problem right now, you're thinking about something, you can do it right now. By the way, you don't have to watch this video at all. So you just pick that problem, chop it into tiny fucking pieces. Any progress you can make on that problem is gonna elevate you and accelerate you. Usually, to start a fire, you just need to start, and the fire comes later. All right? You just start with something. You experiment. You explore. Fire is actually an event, an explosion of your efforts coming all together, basically. That's what's gonna start the fire. But you have to start now, all right? Because by the time you start fire, you might just die from cold and negativity, basically. You have to start now. There's a lot of fucking... You can see it. I didn't even fucking touch the previous video because this is getting more and more intense. Like, you can feel my progress of, like, how much I have improved. Even in 3 months. This is 3.5 months ago. How the fuck, am I right? We have to read this. We have to look back into the past and, like, admire the progress. What did I say? What did I say in the past, huh? Eh? Show me, bro. Show me your notes, loser. For the first time, like, if most people ask me for advice, this is gonna be the video I will give to them. Speed. Speed is my advice to you, my friends. Once you understand efficiency and speed and you don't get stuck in life, congratulations. That's a way better life to live now. That's a way richer life. Most people do tend to think that way in order to earn money. But motivation is dangerous thing. Master it very carefully. It's best to improve things and not chase things. All right, you might be able to catch what you're chasing, but you're leaving a lot of shit behind. If you have nothing behind you, like, that's fine, you can just run around. But if you're motivated by money, you're gonna run away from very valuable things like your family and friends. You you will have to give them money, to feel happy. You'll have to bring them money, so you have to stay connected, right? If you chase money, your friends and family wait for you. They will wait for you. It's like, okay, you want money, like, let's bring money here. Bring me, let's go, money here. And if you don't feel like brokenhearted, if you are chasing money right now, like, I'm sorry, bro. You don't have a soul. You're just trying to be more efficient by watching this video or something. I don't know. Oh, Taylor Swift wants to come in and make me faster? No, illegal. I'll do Selena instead. Sparkling Hearts. Not always Taylor is appropriate, okay? For these videos. But again, what the heart wants, am I right? Yeah. Your heart will tell you most of the important needs in your life, right? Your brain has to decide, all right? But your heart is going to tell you what you need. Of like, I need to look prettier. Shut the fuck up. Not me. I'm not a fucking girl, okay? I'm not here to attract people. Because that's dangerous for me. I don't know how to do social interactions yet. Alright? And I will figure it out by being very smart. Ridiculously smart. And being able to beat them in every single move. And cut them off from my life. At the same time. Yeah. Being antisocial because people are too slow for me. And I'll be able to tell them that. And be very, very, very avoidant of things that could destroy your life as well. Again, social interactions are very dangerous for men. Don't lose your cool. Alright? I've lost my cool once. And it took away 1 year of my life. Kind of. It's an experimental year. You can have it. Don't worry about it. But taking 1 more year, like, it would be absolute torture and it would just another chance to kill me. How fun is that? Like, absolutely disgusting stuff. But sure, experimental year, dead year. I have the experience. I'm not too upset about it. I got to interact with people by force, basically. Have this kind of social vibe where people don't really want to interact by default. They're just doing their own thing. They're kind of scared, basically, of not knowing where things are going, right? Like, what's the point? I understand, but you have to try. Try a lot of different things, unfortunately. And wiggle yourself out of the freezing to death. Dead year makes me think that power lies in many places, right? So if you can walk around and travel from one thing to the other, that's something people tend to do because they're looking for that power, dynamic, powerful experience, some kind of difference in their life. But if you're just looking for pretty buildings, eventually it's going to be repetitive. Pretty places. Like, it's not going to be empowering at all. Even taking pictures, nah. You're just collecting Pokemon at that point. And these kind of Pokemon not even going to talk to you. They're just art pieces. But they're also houses or locations that just attract people. they're colorful or some bullshit like that. You can just put that thing on your computer screen from someone else, from someone else's journeys. I'm sorry, bro. You can just go to Minecraft and you're gonna have the same experience of traveling. You know, at some point, traveling is as pathetic as playing Minecraft. Alright? In case people have high expectations for this to be a great experience. So there's a lot of like experiences that would be a lot more efficient if you didn't think of them so highly. Especially like owning pets as well, like it can turn into suffering really quickly. Again, my neighbor has all kinds of children, all kinds of pets. Like, they wanted to surround themselves with living creatures. But I hear constant complaining, constant, like, conflict of some kind. To trying to keep it all together. Technically, I'm also complaining. No, not really. I'm just trying to improve myself out loud. It could sound pretty weird. I stopped, like, screaming, by the way. I want to catch myself off guard looking back into the past and what were the times when I was screaming at the microphone? Because life is not that bad. Well, it's pretty bad. But I don't know, man. It's very complicated stuff. India? Yeah, efficiency, boys. If you want baby... Like, I'm telling you, just learn how to buy babies from India. I mean, maybe you don't want to be pregnant for 9 months, so someone can do it for you, okay? India is basically a workplace, a social workplace, and they can actually give you babies. You just have to travel there, pick one up, go back home. I mean, they're gonna fucking sell it to you for pretty cheap instead of you bothering to think about abortions and all that fucking bullshit. Like, just fucking buy a baby, bro. Big deal. Alright? I'm not gonna do it, because I don't need it. But I can definitely talk about it that way. Because I don't need it. Alright, let's listen what the heart wants from Selena. Selena, what the heart wants. I think it's the most popular song she has. Always listen to the audio if you already seen the video and it's too cringe for you. Alright, absolutely you need this combination of buttons to understand that you can watch videos faster. And as a person who's trying to watch through content, like, yeah, if the video is fun, you don't have to make it faster, but you do have to make it faster if you're just trying to educate yourself. There's a lot of like suffering involved with education in general, so speed the videos up. Thank you very much. This includes me, unfortunately, as much as I would hate to admit it. I'm a little bit slow. Or am I? Because I'm thinking intensely and I'm focusing on this one thing. So, it's tough to say. You have the control. I have to say that. So you always double check if you have some kind of control. You can have different extensions on your browser. I also filter out all the shorts because I don't want to see shorts content. Shorts extension. Because shorts are for losers. I no longer know who's making shorts. What the fuck's going on in that landscape? Go away, okay? YouTube has messed it up. YouTube has made a terrible mistake by trying to compete with TikTok. It has crippled itself, basically. And I don't want to see that, alright? That blood everywhere. Holy shit, man. My subscription box just got flooded, and when I found out that I have the control, holy shit, man. Now it's clean again. It saved my ass immediately. I can still watch shorts if I really want to. It's no big deal. I just type in shorts. Everything disappeared though. Let's see it. Who's gonna be the dude that shows up first?
Apparently there's a new move in chess.
Yeah. There's a move in chess. Oh my god, bro. Wait, there's new move though?
It's called the Phantom Handshake. Magnus Carlsen was sitting down to play his game at the World Cup. Look at all the cameramen and fans watching him. He's a true international celebrity. But it's 3 p.m. and his opponent isn't there. So Magnus shakes hands with nobody. He activated the
Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. He activated the... Oh my god. The most powerful move in chess. Holy shit, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, Gotham Chess is on my level of entertainment. He's focusing on chess, and it's kind of cringe. Alright, we should switch places. So I could fart around a chess table. I have no knowledge about chess. I don't care that much. That's why we should switch. Maybe it will help him with his career. But he also has to improve this way. It's dangerous though. You know, sanity is dangerous for a lot of YouTubers because it's gonna motivate them to not do YouTube anymore. But it's a good thing, alright? Sanity is mostly a good thing. Being stuck, pretty bad. Alright? Being stuck doing one thing and not exploring the world is a little bit a pain in the ass. I understand people have to deliver a service and they have to earn money. Earn their money somehow by defining themselves, and breaking people's expectations is, you know, a minefield. You never know how many subscribers you're gonna lose, but you always have control. Okay, you have control. Break expectations when it's really convenient. All right, when you want to start drama starts with the breaking of expectations, and you can break it all at once, you know, very quickly. You also have to pick up speed on that one. You know, it's just like taking a dump in this case. If you are an essential worker basically on YouTube, and people have decided that, people have voted with their eyeballs for that, if you're essential, you still have to take a dump and create a lot of drama around yourself. And, I don't know. See what happens. See how you handle it. It's always exciting. You have to take a dump just to make things more exciting sometimes. I don't know. But you're gonna get so much attention just by default by doing that. Like, the recent chess drama has resolved, but it lasted like 1 year. And it has sucked in so many people to, you know, tune in of like, what the fuck is chess? Alright? What is that black and white thing that's happening? There's strategy involved? I will learn something? No, I will rather read PewDiePie's book, okay? That's what I would do. I would learn more about life reading PewDiePie's book than playing chess, unfortunately. I know you have to protect your queen, and that's all you have to care about. I don't know what else to say. Sacrifice your rook, though? Fuck yeah, let's go. Yeah, fastest way to learn is by doing, and the best way to do things and start things, as I've said, make things into small portions, put it in front of you, just like the plate, alright? Just like the plate. You need problems in front of you sliced as well. Sliced problems. Alright? So he's like, oh, I'm just gonna, like watch this video when I have time to do that. You just have a list of things you want to do. You're never confused. So also, planning things, of course. Actually, this is quite helpful. I need to create a prompt that just fills in that space like that. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need a prompt. You can see detecting problems and ways to speed things up. Pretty valuable. So if I want to do this, right, let's get to work. Because sometimes when you pick up and detect a problem, sometimes you have to determine yourself to actually fix it right now. So we have to do this prompt of creating these numbers and then spacing them out, all that shit. It's completely fair to just make all the numbers in a line. Let's see. For example, I have a Q4. So if I type Q4, I have this arrangement of goods. It looks like this. All right, when you paste it in Discord. So now I need a number arrangement. Except this one is going to be spaced properly. Again, you should admire how fast I'm working on all these problems. At least Mr. Beast would admire that. I'm at least I know if Mr. Beast took a look into my channel, he would be like, "Oh wow." And that's all I need in my life. All right. 1, 2, 3. Boom. Let's see if it works. What's gonna happen? Here you go. Now, the space is after the line break, so I have to fix that as well. Alright, so now we have the whole thing ready. I made a bit of a oopsie, but this is gonna be spectacular. Just type in that, and now we have all these things done automatically. No big deal. So obviously, oh shit, there's no space here though. Well, fuck me. One more thing, guys. I forgot. Because I'm not paying attention in this. Again, you're gonna make mistakes. If you're not doing things right now, you're not gonna catch up and fix your shit properly. Focus on doing things because there's a lot of mistakes to learn from. Alright? You just won't be able to avoid that shit. Don't worry about it. I don't even have to worry about the numbers here. I can just put them in post. I know it's a 5, but it's still a guessing game at this point. 50. Hey, this is gonna be super cool. You can take a break after every 10 points. No big deal. Even though you can sort of see it here anyways. But now I don't have to make breaks. I mean, I don't have to worry about these breaks. We'll see, we'll see. Alright. So past this point, where do we go? We keep reading, I guess. I'm also unemployed as a YouTube CEO. But still, it's a cool intro. I'm okay with that. There's much more to talk about, but that's the most basic things, of course. And I have to respect that and add it every time I can forget about it, because it's not convenient enough. So the thing I have to do is again, I've created this whole application to make things convenient for me. I had to make an entire application to make things convenient. So if I need an introduction, I'll just type intro and I get all the slides. But right now, I don't have the ability to go through pictures, right? I need to be able to do that. I need to be able to plug the pictures into the system and show them and slide through them. It's not like the easiest thing to do. Alright, so I tend to avoid very difficult problems like that, because it's best to like gobble it as a meal, and sometimes slicing things is gonna be complicated and not gonna be the best way to do things, but if you can't do it in a day, you can't do it at all. Alright? If there's a problem you need to solve, you should be able to do it in a day. Just to dedicate yourself on a specific task. You should be able to do it that way. Now, obviously there's endless problems and there's problems that stack, but singular things you have to be able to do in a day. So when I'll be working on adding pictures into the whole system, it's probably gonna take a lot more than a day, but again, I'll split it into different pieces. And I need pictures for a multitude of reasons, but I also need to access pictures from a database and not from inside Unity resources. Now, you might not understand what that means, but I can upload pictures here into Unity, like emojis or some bullshit like that, that I already have. These are textures. All these buttons, they are textures, basically. That are inside Unity, and I don't have to work with that. But accessing database is just something I've never learned. So, usually, the thing that will take a day is learning new things, or also known as dating. All right, I would just call it daying, bro. You know, but it sounds like dying to me with an A. A plus for dying successfully. Well, that's annoying. All right, let's keep on digging deeper into here. Yeah, obviously you're trying to avoid mockery, and that's technically why my classmates ran away. They felt like they're being mocked, I guess. But it's like, how are you gonna show me anything? How are you gonna show me that you're gonna catch up to me? No, you're not gonna show that you're gonna catch up to me, because it's a double-edged mockery. I mock you, you mock me, and no one's happy. But it's their fault, because they're the ones running away, not me. So they mock me, I mock them, except I'm the one being successful, and they're the ones who the fuck know who they are anymore, right? Who knows what they're looking for anymore? But if you're fucking chicken, you're not a human being, alright? Chickens are not really human beings, as far as I know. Alright? If you're running away from your problems and you can't deal with them, I'm sorry, bro. Someone will have to solve it, though. Someone will have to stick around. Now I have to just sit there and marinate on just empty space that people have left me. Because there's a lot of thoughts floating around, and I have to capture that shit and have to work. I still have to work very hard and get no payment whatsoever besides entertainment. Which is a pretty important payment, but it doesn't fucking help me that much, because I have infinite entertainment as it is. You know, it's It's not that hard for me to entertain myself. Yeah, there's besides YouTube, there's nowhere to go. You do have to ask this question: if you're going somewhere, are you not leaving something behind? So you can search for something better, but to be desperate to leave, like I couldn't leave Hearthstone as much as I wanted to destroy it and create a list of sins that it has on top of me. It's still a go-to place when it comes to card games. I just can't find anything better. I will search far and wide for anything card game related that could potentially compete against Hearthstone. Any potential competitor is very interesting to me because Hearthstone sometimes suck ass and is just unfun the whole way through because your opponent just tries to not have fun as much as possible because they have such an interesting social interaction with the world. You know, as long as I'm not interacting with the game, that's the most fun thing I can do. Which is like, what the fuck is the point then? What's the point of you playing? But that's how most people feel like because they don't have any speed. They just have one goal in mind, and they will try and achieve that one goal any way they can. But right now we're so fucking focused on that one goal, we forgot a lot of, moral things that we have to do, a lot of responsibilities that we have to take. Don't forget your responsibilities. To be moral is first and foremost. Learn that shit. Being ignored is also really painful, especially when you have great ideas that you want to grow. So basically, people are just killing your ideas for free. Sometimes stealing, if you're lucky. Like you are lucky if people have stolen your idea. Because ignorance is usually what you're gonna get. I will lead trolling community. I mean, I'm sorry, bro. 2.5 months ago, I couldn't pick up speed. Alright? This is not looking good for me. And I will still continue improving. This is fascinating to me. I will now have a plate of things. I will not move around. I often find myself moving around to the fridge, right? Moving to the fridge was taking a lot of my time. But also you need like intense exercise to get your every single muscle moving around, and you might feel some kind of muscle relaxing all of a sudden after being touched, being used. A lot of muscles will relax because they are finally being used. Wow. Fantastic. You actually used me. You opened your eyes for the first time. Holy shit, you used those muscles to open eyes. My goodness. How did you do that one? I need to run the program so I can get my 1, 2, 3 thing. There you go. Back on track, baby. Number 6. This is gonna be too convenient. I can't believe this. I can't believe I haven't done this before. Like, you can see why I need to make these videos. I literally am working while I'm making these videos. I'm doing multitasking in 3 different directions. And also holding a shield from bullets from all over the place. My mom can just step into my my room and just mess things up. And I have to hold a shield against all this nonsense. Because I'm still like codependent on things and I have to like protect myself while I'm multitasking in 3 other directions. Like it's messed up, but this is the maximum that I can squeeze. You have to fill in every blank you can get. if you want to move maximum speed. And again, let's not forget, I am poor. I am not going to be able to impress you guys or do crazy spectacular things besides my skills. And usually, it's very easy to just ignore skills and ignore the other person. You know, it's too easy. It's too easy to be disrespectful and ignorant. Who cares of your skills, right? If you're not benefiting me, who cares about that? Well, I tried. If it's still not beneficial, what I just did, or what I'm doing in general, like, I'm sorry, bro. Holy shit. You must be really deep in ass. But we'll see. We'll see. Mastering things as soon as possible is a good idea. Just for like the muscle memory. Just a phrase that you have to learn for the muscle memory. Yeah. For being comfortable, right? Muscle memory is a pretty good phrase to remember. But it's just, it translates to comfort. You know, what you're comfortable with doing. But these are tough decisions eventually. But this is the way you can master skills very quickly. Just need that muscle memory. Need to practice a little bit more on something that actually matters. Asians tend to immediately pick up on this word, I would imagine. That's what they're known for. Like, they're known for being good at math. I don't know, man. When you look into Nigahiga, the most notorious Asian on YouTube, he has muscle memory for just making ridiculously high effort videos that are also slightly different from each other. It's kind of interesting. So that's what Asians are known for, all right? They know all those powerful tricks that they need. Again, that's insecurity is just a problem that can be split into pieces. You can start somewhere, right? And if you're gonna be a chicken, all right, chicken also doesn't really start anything because it has no fingers, all right? And if you just cut off the conversation, you might have turned into a chicken and we have to check your vitals, man. What happened? I don't know, magic can happen and you can turn into a chicken anytime. And chickens have no fingers. You can barely type like an emoji or something. I don't know. I don't know what chickens do. But again, if you don't try, if you're not having fun trying things, like you're messed up as a person. Trying things is the easiest way to bump into solutions. You know, whatever you feel like, you have to type that into Google, watch videos about it, just explore instead of just playing one game or some bullshit like that. Just doing your thing as if you have all the control you ever wanted. No, you gotta explore more. You have to have your favorite YouTubers. You have to organize things. There's plenty of responsibilities. Don't worry about that part. Otherwise, I will not respect you if you will not worry about it. Nah. You might want my respect. Because I work very hard. And I'm ahead of people. I'm in a race. I'm like in a race car right now. And I can't look back because I'm winning, bro. I'm winning. I want my Ariana, all right? I want the grand reward for myself that's ahead of me, that I can see clearly, all right? I can see my reward. I can see an out of this nonsense. Like, you must understand, the world is pretty easy to read. America just kind of elevates people who feel rewarding to be around. So celebrities are just rewards for someone else to entangle themselves with that. So I just want to reach out to that reward. And obviously I will want the best thing I can possibly get. All right? It's a lot easier to be motivated when you want the best thing. Now, in order to go maximum speed, you have to prepare yourself for a lot of damage. And this is why there's a negativity test, right? Why you have to stay in positivity. Because the faster you go, the harder it is to stabilize that speed. Which is why speed is not exactly like the most important thing in my life, but I definitely have to explore it whenever I feel like it. If I feel like I have spent enough time not exploring speed, I gotta bring that subject up. Because this gold is really fascinating. It's one of the better ones. Absolutely. It's not the best thing, but, you know, just reaching level 2 of speed. I don't know what kind of gold episode has level 2 right now. I don't know, bro. We can check, but, like, I guess we'll check. Gold level 2. There's nothing. There's nothing, bro. I guess there's nothing more important than being efficient and happy at the same time. Oh, wow. Well, for me personally, because I'm in a lot of pain if I don't succeed. Cause it's almost like there's a lot of things that I'm responsible for in the future. Like I need to succeed. But you can just be fooled successfully that way too. Maybe I've made too many mistakes. I don't know, man. I don't know. You cannot know for sure. You will never know for sure how successful you truly can be, right? But you can sort of have a sense of like, it's definitely achievable. It's definitely possible to be really, really big. So that's only thing you should focus on. And accepting failure is just like inconvenience in a way. Step aside failure. What the fuck is that? Now when the competition is gonna get intense, I don't know, man. My video is gonna get pretty crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I have to kill the moon and all kinds of creatures, man. I have to shoot them down and outcompete them properly, you know, in a proper manner. And I will only be able to do that when I organize my content alongside with other people. When I get editors and all that shit. There's a fucking tractor outside. Holy shit. And I turned it into a cow saying, move! Move, okay? That's what a cow says? Hmm? Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what else cow says, man. Take my milky in exchange for your life. Alright? There's a tractor. There's always... Grass is the loudest thing when it's getting killed. I have never witnessed a more louder killing thing in my life. Like, animals dying, fuck that shit. Alright? I haven't heard a single animal die. But when grass dies, holy shit, bro. It's so disgusting. You can hear, everyone has heard grass dying. You know, being chopped like... It's like fucking cancer, bro. Oh my god. Never-ending fucking... noise, never-ending distraction. Grass dying, bro. Look, what the fuck? The only thing that can compare to this is flies flying around and mosquitoes flying around. Like that's the only comparison that's slightly more annoying than grass dying constantly around me. What the fuck is this shit? Oh yeah, let's not forget all these friends, all these people that would drag you down because they do stupid things. They can also be filled with distractions. Again, cut people off if they are too slow for you. Alright? Like, you'll feel like there's a general difference if a person is actually trying and doing something. And they might be young people, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how young you are, that just doesn't matter. Despite what the most notorious comment wants to tell us. Alright? That being under 10 is like, oh, you're so fucking slow. Like, if you under 10, you don't know what the fuck internet is. Shut the fuck up. But no, anytime I open my mouth, I'm underage. Alright? I'm the fucking baby. Not the dude who's saying this shit. Absolutely not. That guy is a fucking old man. He's already dying. He has successfully completed life. But that's good. That's good. He probably died by making that comment. He just died. That makes me feel good, actually. So, yeah. Joke's on you, corpse. I even checked up on him and sent another message of like, hey, it's a 3-day anniversary of you making that comment. How you feeling? You know, I need to know. We're 3 days older now. I'm sure. Yeah. Again, it's very, very efficient and powerful to have fun. To escape the stupid matrix of NPCs just doing absolutely nothing, repetitive nonsense, and claiming that it's fun to do because you earn money doing that. Again, cool, you earn money, just don't waste it. Don't fucking waste it. Focus on other things once your future is built. You know, once you fully filled up your future with money. Bags and bags of money. Now you have to focus on other things. You're gonna go back to focusing on money when the inflation hits your fucking saving account. But right, inflation is so insane that it's almost impossible to build the future. What's the point of focusing on money if you're gonna lose it anyways, right? There might be more important things than just money. Learning about life in general, like, for me, that's what I was doing, and I'm okay with that. And I'm okay doing nothing else until people change their minds a little bit and become actually positive influence, positive speed. Because again, we're going backwards right now, rightfully so, because people just forgetting very important things, it seems like. Back in the day when technology was new and people were picking up technology, that was great. But now we have it. We have technology. But we don't have moral obligation to teach people about it. All right? It took me a long time to give a tablet. Hey, scroll, mom, through the fucking TikToks and Reels. Just do that. It took me a while. She didn't pick it up naturally, which is annoying. All right? It's fucking annoying. People should do that naturally, but fine. Fine, I guess I have to put some effort. And I really wanted to do it. But I stopped at that point. Now you have to figure shit out yourself. Because it's very difficult until I improve myself fast enough to a high enough level where I can just easily improve her life beyond that point when I know exactly what I want to give to her. So now renewing her tablet would be the next best thing to do, but that means I would have to renew my tablet potentially or buy her a new one. But then I would just buy myself a new one. So I have to focus and question myself if I can even get a better tablet anytime soon, right? Or a replacement. Because every time I renew my tablet, I can renew someone else's, and now my mom would be able to renew a tablet for someone else as well. It's a generational thing, basically. Trickle down economy exists. You just need to connect to tech people. All right? Teach people and tech people. The same thing. Why the fuck did I do that, by the way? My goodness. Let's take that and put it back in. You will make mistakes like that as well, guys. Speed is gold. Back, back, back. Don't marinate on mistakes like that either. It will happen. I just wanted to... You know, your brain will malfunction. Don't beat up yourself about it. Just reset the progress where you left it. Just load the application again. Your brain might have tried to say something to you. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird like this. But we have to finish the video, so it's 9 minutes left. Yeah, every single video I make is like a marathon of me running. And if I can run faster and say things faster, that's pretty cool. It's just not something I'm focusing on. I want to say things better. Alright, that's speed for me. Doing things better is also speed. Alright? Better, without mistakes. You get those corners right. You get all this... Like, I've also played Trackmania. And for obvious reasons, it's a good feeling to have of, like, how to be efficient and fast and all that shit. When you just straight up racing other people or whatever. Your brain picks that up. And I know, like, one of my friends is concerned about that and has mastered racing games, and hopefully it helps him in life. But you have to know multitude of things. You can do anything better, not just that one thing of picking up speed and whatnot. And being able to move locations and maybe, hopefully, help people. I mean, please. You should be at least helpful somehow. Or at least promise something. Yeah, let's not forget, minimum wage means you're working 2 jobs. You're earning money and you're spending money. Those are 2 separate jobs you need to master. Efficiency, because again, if you're not gonna master it, when are you gonna fucking retire? When are you gonna get that free time? When are you gonna have vacations that you pay for yourself? Like, Jesus Christ, come on. You can't have children until you literally have savings for the rest of your life, bro. You can't have it. Technically, if you're a working person and you love your work, savings is the fact that you will save your job for a very long period, that you're useful as a person. That's cool. I understand. But normally you just have to have savings of some kind. Alright? It just, you know, it's convenient to say that a secure job is a part of your savings. Sure. The last time Taylor was talking about being a man and running faster. Again, as a man, you run faster, but you run into negative things. You bump into negative things, and what Taylor doesn't fucking understand is that she needs positivity so much. And men and women run at the same speed just in a different way. And it can feel different, but you know, it's good to explore if you have a fucking boyfriend. I don't have a girlfriend, but I have internet girlfriends. Tons. Tons of that to replace a real girlfriend. I needed 100 plus internet GFs to replace a real one. But the quality, the combined quality of internet girlfriends, bruh, you have no idea, okay? I'm a boss baby. That's what I am, bro. Across the internet, I gathered positivity. Because people are, honestly, I'm gonna tell you this much. Women are trying to suffocate men. And potentially it's gonna last until the breaking point. I think the breaking point is soon. Until women gonna start checking on men. And it's like, haven't you broken yet? You know, haven't you just suffocated on the negativity? And they're gonna check on you. I call this women apocalypse. Because I think it's women kind of causing this whole nonsense to some extent. It's a mutual causation, let's put it that way. Because, you know, men try to steal women from you, and women try to suffocate you of pretending to be stolen. You know, it's a both pretentious, on both sides is a pretentious thing. You know, because most of the time relationships are being made to reject you. You know, you specifically. If you like someone and they are in a relationship, you are being rejected. They could have a relationship with you as well. You know, relationship is nothing. It's just a shipping problem. Everything can be fixed. If you like someone, you can talk to them, right? And that should be it. I would be content with being able to talk to people. But they don't even give me that much of a satisfaction. There's some strategy going on. There's some kind of fucking interconnected bullshit that people have put together in a sexual, spiritual way. Some kind of net of disasters. But we'll figure out, all right? You're putting pressure, I will resist, all right? Don't worry about it. This is why positivity is speed. If you're improving, nobody can defeat you. You know, if you're in a constant improvement, nobody's winning but you. That's the most important part about speed, is to never lose speed. It's like the movie Speed. You have to be in a constant positive speed, otherwise your fucking life will suck balls. And one of the buses will explode with a bunch of people. They will just disappear from your life because you're too fucking slow to catch up to them. So don't make the buses explode, okay? You're constantly in that movie. I'm not saying you're supposed to have anxiety and things are constantly exploding. How the fuck do you move? But it's best to, you know, have interpretations like that sometimes. And have a reason to wake up and be motivated. Because something is gonna explode, bro. Rock Dweller Johnson. Let's go. I literally have made 70 points already in this video. Like, this is the most points I've ever made in a video because I sped things up a little bit. And we're not stopping there. Alright? This is insanity. Alright, where are we gonna stop? Because, like, I have 1 more minute to squeeze content in. People say they are fast readers. I say they are fast losers. You know? They just go through words as if it means nothing to them. Like it's butter. Like, what the fuck? You're here to learn things. You're here to understand things. Not to memorize the best parts about the book and find those parts about the book. Like I can just flip pages if I wanted to. What's gonna happen? Have I read the book? Fuck yeah, I did. Of course. Because what you must focus on what the questions are. So it's all about cheating, basically. People also cheat around you all the time until you ask a question. And then they have to decide, will they lie? Will they tell the truth? All these fucking things, they have to decide now what to do with that question. Now that you might catch them cheating or something, I mean, oh, oops. The people around you cheat all the time. They're trying to get ahead in every way possible, of course. They try to, cut corners in some tremendous fashion. So the best way to also not just pick up speed, but to cut people off from their speed is to double check if they're not fucking cheating. Because I'm not cheating. But people mock me on that part. I know I'm not cheating. I know that's what morality is about, is usually just avoiding cheating. What is cheating? Again, is knowing that you did something bad, but no one's gonna catch you. Who cares, right? No one's gonna fucking catch you. If you have good reasons why no one's gonna catch you, then probably no one will, because people are not usually tend to interrogate you, basically. But hey, and you might need the experience of knowing what definition of cheating and how it feels like. You might need to know that. But overall, we're done. We're done with this, and we're just gonna delete those dots. See you guys next time. And Godspeed, so to speak, am I right? Holy crap. This is a very intense video. I'm glad you made it. Uh-huh.